If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Well, I thought I'd bring you back to show you the dam. First of all, Texas is absolutely incredible. I know there are a lot of Texans that tell me to quit saying how great Texas is, but Texas is an amazing state. I mean, you got to remember, we were in Mississippi. We stayed there 2 days, and we got basically kicked out of Mississippi because of tornado. They kicked us out of the national forest, which meant we had no place to go. That we looked around, we searched around, and there was just no option. So we had to leave the state. Well, here we got kicked out of 2 different areas because of the flooding that's going on in Texas. I mean, Texas is just underwater, and there's still plenty of camping. It's absolutely incredible. And when I say camping, I don't mean like, hard to find spots that don't have water. You can't, miles away from anything. Can't get internet. No, this campground that we're at now was literally across the street from the campground that we were at. It doesn't have water, but water is across the street. It's just so simple here. I love Texas. I find it interesting. I've seen a lot of nomads living in their vans here that are from Texas. So even Texans understand how easy it is to camp in Texas. Because usually when you see people living in their vans, they're from Indiana. That was a big deal in Florida. I saw a lot of people from Indiana and Ohio down in Florida. Well, here you see people from Texas being nomads in Texas. This thing is absolutely incredible. I learned a little bit about it today. I wanted to share it with you. And the reason I did, look, I know that you come here to see some of the adventure and learn how to be a nomad. But on the other hand, I think you want to see some of the things that I see. And what made me think that you might want to see this is I think everybody from 6 counties is driving down here to see this. And they're all taking pictures. So the best I can do is show you what I can through this camera lens. Now, on Thursday, they slowed this down. But from appearances, it didn't slow down. I actually got footage of them whistling the bell and the whole deal. And I stood there and waited for, a good half hour, and it never slowed down. But the water level went down in a big old hurry. Probably within an hour, you could see this island. I don't know if you can see it. Most of that was out of the water. It was almost dry. So I was wondering, this is interesting. They didn't slow it down, but it's obviously slowed down because the water level went down. So that was Thursday. This is Sunday. I recognize this video is 8 or 9 days old. So this morning, they rang the bell again, which within a few minutes, I realized they sped it up. But again, the flow rate that you see falling there hasn't changed. Check the differences between Thursday's video and today's video. The edges there that you see, this gate right up there, is actually pushing out more water. So what I've realized is on the other side, water is up about 3/4 of that gate. It is so full that these little gates are overflows. It's overflowing. So this morning they actually opened the gates, but you can't see any difference. What I learned is what you see isn't actually what's producing electricity. This is called a hydroelectric dam. It's all underground. On the lower portion, there are huge turbines. So water comes in from underneath the dam, turns these turbines, and pushes water out to this side. But that means that Houston and Waco and everything down south of here is probably, I guess, going to have to be flooded again. It's rained 2 days since we got here, 2 days straight. Now, I recognize this is not unique to Texas. It just happens to be where I'm at. That is one of the problems about being a nomad is where do you go? I can't go anywhere because everything's underwater right now. I've talked about in the past how critical it is to plan your adventure. Make sure you got a good long plan. And there are a lot of people that just disagree with me on this. But here's a prime example. Having a solid plan with lots of backup options here in Texas, it was just a good idea, in my opinion. I'm patting myself on the back, obviously. But it was a good idea to come to Texas because no matter how bad it gets here, it seems like I always have a backup that I can go to. I think leaving Texas would be a bad idea. Just continue to follow the plan, which is we're not leaving Texas until around June 1st, June 5th, somewhere around there. We're not going to leave. If we violate the plan like we did when we were in Mississippi and we decided to alter course, we got ourselves in worse trouble than if we'd have just went to our backup plan, which was come to Texas. I just watched a video this morning of a YouTuber, and I really respect that he put this out here. He went someplace and didn't plan it out. And now he's there. He's got a big mess on his hands is what he's got. He went to an area, there's no place to sleep. Everything's closed. Snow is packed up in the National Forest. You can't get up in the National Forest. All the gates are closed. There's areas he can camp, but you got to have a permit. Well, he doesn't have a permit. He's got to print out the permit. I've talked about the importance of having a plan. And here we have someone who's actually didn't plan, and he admitted that it was his fault that he didn't plan, and now he has no place to sleep, and he's going to have to drive hours to find a place, and Walmart parking, and it's just not the adventure. And that's the trap. Is you want to go. I want to go to Arizona so bad right now. I just want to get up and go, especially with all this flooding. But if I do that, if I hadn't planned it out and I said, okay, we're going to go to Arizona as soon as it warms up. Well, here's flooding. Well, let's just go. And we get there and it's 38 degrees at nighttime. Same problem I'm going to have. There's going to be snowpack in areas still in the North Rim, Grand Canyon. And it doesn't even open until May 15th. But following the plan has absolutely kept us on course, stress-free, great internet, plenty of water, near food resources, grocery stores, different things. And we're completely legal. We're not having to bounce around from Walmart parking lot to Walmart parking lot. We're going to survive. We're not surviving. We're thriving. Even with all this craziness, with all this flooding and all this rain, on sunny days, I get to come out here and I get to be mesmerized by this thing, the power of this thing, and then learning how it works. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.